Hi, Miss Judith. I'm Mirna Villatoro, and I hope that you be safe at home with your loved ones. I know those are hard days, but we must trust in God that everything's gonna be okay and that better days will come. As a group, we are going to explain you in our own words the 10 steps to planning a tour itinerary. And I'm gonna start with the first two steps. Step 1. Research other tours in the marketplace. Well, as I understood this step, the first thing that we have to do is choose our travel destination. You have to decide if your trip will be domestic or international. But you have to be specific to not waste your time. You can make an online research or take a similar tour as well. This allows you to develop ideas because you obtain detail from the places, and you can design a more attractive brochure and offer something better than what is already in the marketplace. Step 2. Name your tour. There is a key point in this step, the perception of the people or future consumer. But what does it mean? As you know, the first impression is really important. So your tour name is the first impression that you transmit. And choosing the right one can make the difference. You can apply different strategies to name your tour. You can use words from a foreign language. You can use the name of your location or the name of your location plus the type of your trip, but the only thing that you have to do is be creative.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the step 3 and the step 4. The step 3 said, map out the duration frequency on departure details. The first question of this step said, when will your tour depart? That means when will you start this trip? Maybe can be our trip start on Alegria town, and the next step can be Usulután in the park. The next is when will your tour return? We said the day we go to home. If the trip can be for 1 day or 3 days, maybe almost like a week. So we can need to be prepared and say to our customers they need to know the date of your trip. How often will the tour operate? This means how much time we operate with this trip. Can be the time in our itinerary and when we leave the town and when we go to the town and how we change to the stage. Where will the central departure point be? Where we go for be ready to use the bus. Like if we are going to the Alegria town, we need to take a bus on the church, can be in the Tránsito, and the next one we go to Usulután and we wait for the people in the park. And then will you offer accommodation pickup? Can be we offer an accommodation if we go to a town and we be there for a month or for a week or 3 days. The step number 4 is list the major location on tour highlights. Where will your tour travel to? And what are the main locations and highlight the visitor are going to experience. That step can be mentioned because if we are enterprise, we use a tourist for go and have a new experience in the place. Like we need to tell our customers how can be the trip, because if they didn't know, they don't be prepared for the climate, for the money and the place we were visited. So that's all my participation with the step 3 and step 4.
Hello teacher, I'm going to explain you the number 5 and number 6. On the number 5, it is to find the history of the place. For example, El Salvador, a lot of belief in the mind and belief, and we have another example. In the age population of the country, specifically in San Miguel, it is a consumer to eat with sauces, red and white. And on the other hand, if you go the the country don't see the same way. It's the fauna. Can be said that it is the same if you go on the hinterland of the country. We live, for example, scarce. And the number 6 is depend of the place where you go. You can do the corresponding activities. For example, if you go to the mountain, you can take a walk, or if you go to the beach, the activity has to be very different. You also have that if the company offers you activity in the pack, or it is the extra change that the tourists have to pay.
Step 7 and Step 8. And the Step 7, organize supply for meal. It's important planning what a meal will you provide during your tour. Morning, afternoon, tea, lunch, or dinner. You may wish to provide meal yourself or make arrangement for a restaurant, rural, hotel, farm to provide them for you. Step 8. Organize accommodation approval if required. Whether you are passing through, stopping for the meal, or visiting a attraction, it is imperative you obtain permission and writing for the property owned period to accessing any private property. If you travel through property management by the park and wildlife, you will need to apply for a commercial operation license.
Step number 9. Perfect your timing. It is crucially important to map your itinerary accurately to ensure that you arrive on time for activity and meals, stop and return to your original destination at a reasonable time. Also, prepare a table to show starts, stop, and destination times for each location, attraction, or activity. Step number 10. Test drive your itinerary. This step is really helpful to ensure that you get timing right. And in this step, we are going to verify the itinerary doing the stipulated route. Each member with the family, and we will be able to know if the schedules are correct and if the time is enough. Also, during this tour, we will take notes about each step, and will be possible to correct if it's necessary. It is really important to take care about each of these steps to be sure that our itinerary is efficient and trustworthy.